In this tutorial, I will go through how to get started with Karuny's self-managed hosting. First, you go to the hosting tab and you will have the self-managed hosting where you manage everything, which means installation, creating the FTP accounts, MySQL accounts, you manage your own DNS, etc., moving the domain names, certificate, SSL certificate, and other server optimization settings. When you choose the self-managed hosting, this is the process for doing so. First of all, we offer at the moment 4 different packages. We have a starter, which is good for a simple landing page that is not going to grow a lot. Then we have a WordPress Economic, which is good for a standard website where you are going to have different mail accounts connected. It's not going to grow out of proportion, but there is good space for backups. There's good space for developing the websites maybe over the next year and so on. The Pro is suggested if you have a web shop or a big website, like say it's your main website for your institution. You have a lot of people that should have mailboxes. You need a lot of space. Maybe you have a web shop that has a lot of images. Then we would recommend WordPress Pro. And Hosting Pro has another feature that you can also install Joomla, but you can also have other systems than WordPress. You can have a Moodle site, you can have any other CMS system or no CMS system, and you can have up to 11 different accounts on it. So I will go for, in this demo, I will go for the best option for a simple website. So I'll click Buy Now. The first that happens is that you'll be taken through a wizard. And the first thing you have to take a stand to is, are you going to register a new domain? Are you going to transfer a domain name? Or are you going to use an existing domain name? If you're buying a new domain name, you click on this one and you can start to search on different domain options, names that you would potentially like to buy. It refreshes and you can see which domain names are available that you can buy. And in this situation, you basically just click the select, you choose if you want to have it for 1 year, 2 years, etc. And it will be added to your basket. Transfer a domain. Sometimes this might be a little bit complicated because you can have your domain name, if you already have it, it can be hosted with a DNS server somewhere else. And the processes can be a little bit different from place to place. So I suggest during this procedure that if you already have a domain name at one.com or somewhere else, do not transfer straight away, but just click Use an existing domain name. I will do that in this situation. So I will click on Use an existing domain name. It asks, what is the domain name that you already own that you would like to build a website for on this platform? Then I will say karuny.dk. And I'll say use this domain. At this point, it is added to my basket. And I do need to create an account at this point if you don't have it already. So I will click create an account. So I will make one. Webmaster karuny.com, and I will give myself a password. And I will confirm the password. And I will agree to the terms and condition. and I will create the account. Then it says that you have to verify your email address that you have just got. So I'll go into my webmail and I'll check if something is coming in here. And there is my verification mail, and I have to click on this link to verify. It brings me back in, and now I am already logged in to my control panel where I now have the payment screen. You can always revisit your basket. You can see what you have, or you can go back to the client area and do some other buyings. So at this point, I will say I'm an individual. I'll put my name in to complete the registrations. Country, I'll put my phone number in. Date of birth, I'll put my date of birth in. Then you have some, this is just fictive information. So it cannot be used for anything. What's your first name? What's your first so I have now put in some different things, but you should of course put the correct information, because if you lose access to your account later, you might need this information. I'll put in a postcode search, and now I have got my whole address in, and I am ready to proceed. So your order is now ready to be done, and all you have to do is to add a card to this one. And it's now all done, and I can save the card. Add my card, and I will say please use this card going forward. So that's it. I can now check out, and it's now processing my order. And this process took about 30 seconds. And now I have completed the order, and I'm logged into my control panel, and you can have access to your invoice here, and you can also go to your client area home address. So now you're logged into your control panel. In my situation, I did need to sign out and sign back in again to get this page to load correctly. But now I'm signed in. I'll select the package, which is Karuny.dk. As soon as I select this one, the screen will refresh, and it will show me everything to do with this, the control panel for this domain that I have done. And here you have a chance to install the WordPress and do some optimization work, create FTP accounts, some email accounts. This is the built-in email system, and is not the Zimbra Professional that we also offers. Manage domain names, security, and statistics, and so on. But as it stays here, it says Karuny.dk is currently not using our name server, because we said that we have our domain in a different DNS hosting. and it says that if you want to use it, this is the IP address of your new website. Okay, so I mark that one up and I go to my DNS domain hosting. Here I have my domain name. I have some different ones. I've just bought it, so it says untested, but that's fine. So at the moment I will say this domain name. I will create an A record, which means point this domain name to a server. So I will add it, and I know the IP address is this. And I will also do one for the www. So no matter what people use and search, it should go to this server. Okay, so now this might take up to 24 to 48 hours if you have not bought the domain name, but you are using a different domain hosting and you want to post to your website. So that's basically how you do. So if you, within 24 hours, you can start to install the WordPress, and off you go.